TJ Green said you're the reason he's playing safety. Is that true? I just want you to corroborate that.
Well, I mean, that was my roommate last year. And, you know, things weren't going too good for him on the receiver side of the ball, you know, so I felt like, you know, just talking to him, you know, and watching him, you know, in high school from watching his highlights, I felt like he could have came over and contributed in the secondary. So I had a talk with him, and then, you know, about a week later, he was over there on the side of the ball with us.
For like the last 10 years, it seems like when a safety goes out at Clemson, people start like crying and like there's all kinds of panic. But Robert goes out this week, and it's like nobody bats an eye. You guys are still able to do what you need to do. Now, what kind of luxury is that for you as part of that depth in the back?
I mean, that's real good, just knowing that if a starter goes out, the man who's coming in after him, he's ready to perform. I mean, and that just comes from preparation during the week, you know, and Coach V and Coach Reed pushing us, you know, even though the backup guys, they preparing like they're a starter, you know, so when someone goes down, there's no drop-off when they come in. I mean, obviously, TJ, been his first real game getting in, he had some mistakes, but he also did some good things, you know, that shows bright spots in his future.
Do you ever remember playing as much up in the box as you did this past Saturday, that close to the line of scrimmage?
I actually do. Probably last year against Syracuse, I played in the box a lot, probably when I shouldn't have been in the box, you know. So, yeah, probably, yeah, that would be that game. You know, my first game really coming in and playing. You know, we were calling calls where I should have been back deep, but I was so, you know, just ready to play that I was up inside the box. I actually got my first tackle on a bad assignment by me, you know, where I was playing too tight to the line. Got my first tackle like that, so it wasn't all bad.
So the key for you is just missing assignments.
Do you think that prepares you for Georgia Tech in a few weeks? Because it's a lot of the same offense, I mean, a lot of the same kind of reads.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do, because it's just the only thing different between them is Georgia Tech is on the center, they're in the shotgun. I mean, it's a lot of things where you got to be disciplined with your eyes. You got to know where your fits are and things like that. So I definitely feel like this prepared us a lot for them.
Coach Sweeney said yesterday that a couple of things that happened could come back to bite you down the road in a few weeks if you guys don't get better at that. I'm assuming, I know you're worried about Syracuse right now, but I'm assuming he's talking about maybe that game in Atlanta in a few weeks.
Well, I know just like, you know, a lot of teams try to beat us, you know, because they know we're an aggressive team. You know, we're aggressive in the back end. And, you know, we bite on a lot of things. So I feel like a lot of teams are going to try to beat us with, like, double moves, you know, play action, things like that, try to get us to start looking at the wrong things and try to catch us peeking and then go over top. You know, just things like that, you know, because really Boston College's big plays were really off of just things where our eyes are going in the wrong spot. You know, they're doing double reverse passes and things like that, flea flickers and all that. So I feel like a lot of teams are going to try to attack us that way. So we just have to get better through the weeks.
Can you put into words the confidence this team's had on third downs the last 3 weeks?
Oh, man, that all comes from, you know, winning on first down. You know, when guys have 2nd and 10, you know, and it's not 2nd and 5 and things like that, that gives us a big advantage because that shrinks their playbook. You know, they only have limited calls to go to, and Coach V has great preparation for everything. Schemes are good for going in. You know, we're watching so much film through the week that we know what's coming on third down. We know the tendencies and things like that.
When those teams like BC are forced into 31 situations they have in the past, that probably falls a lot on you guys in the back end to not allow that big play.
Yeah, it does. It falls on us, and I would say our D-line too, because our D-line, you know, they don't even like to let them get the pass off. So we don't really have too many opportunities where we got to keep them from catching the ball. They don't even like to let them get the pass off. So that kind of helps us a little bit, you know, with having them up front.
Those 4 or 5 plays against North Carolina that Coach Venom was so happy about. Since then, you guys are not giving up basically anything. And people who do stuff like you mentioned are gimmick plays. What happened that week that kind of got you guys going to keep you focused the entire game?
Coach Sweeney. Yeah, it would definitely be Coach Sweeney. You know, we can't give up cheap plays, you know, just giving up freebies. Like, you know, we gave up 2 screens that went 20-plus yards for touchdowns and things like that. We just have to keep those plays to a minimum, and we'll be good. I mean, it's going to be a hard defense to score on if we don't give up those big chunk plays. And if you got to drive the field, you know, yard by yard, inch by inch, it's going to be hard to score on our defense.
Going back back to you pointing in the box. I know you pride yourself on being a physical player. Is it more fun to defend a pass or get an interception or blow up a running back or quarterback in the backfield?
I mean, to me, all of it is exciting to me, no matter what it is, whether I'm blitzing, sacking the quarterback, or I'm playing cover 2 and I'm picking the ball off on a big play on 3rd down. I mean, all of it is exciting to me, just love the game of football.
Last year, Syracuse got some big plays on you guys. And I think if all you guys to a man were like, well, it's because guys weren't in the right place, they weren't fitted in the right place and all that. Do y'all kind of look at that last year and say, we could have had a dominant performance if it wasn't for those few plays, and maybe we can do that this year? Yeah, definitely. I know, we already broke down film yesterday. I already got a foot in the door and watching what those guys like to do, their tendencies and things like that. So I feel like we're gonna go double check film from last year and see what we gave up, see what we can do to stop that this year. And I feel like we should be, due for a dominant performance, something like that NC State.
You sort of lick your chops a little bit, knowing they have struggled offensively this year. They got quarterback injuries. They've already switched coordinators, like all that stuff. Do you think this is the kind of thing where you can once again sort of put your stamp on a game?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're gonna prey on the weak. I mean, if they don't want to do what they have to do, we're gonna go out there and make them pay for it. I mean, if they're not gonna have their game plan down pat, we're gonna have ours down pat and make them pay for not being prepared to come in the Death Valley and play against the Tigers defense.
You guys talked a lot in the offseason about trying to be a number 1 defense. You guys are 5th now. Get closer.
Well, I mean, it's just like I said, just come with preparation, and just guys that are hungry. Being number 5 right now, that's not good for us because we want to end number 1. Coach Venables has coached number 1 defenses. Clemson has had the number 1 defense before. We're just trying to get back to those ways.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of defenses don't get the chance to make, a game-saving late game stop. You've had it 2 weeks in a row. The confidence of this entire unit must be sky high at the moment.
Yeah, we thrive on those moments. I mean, having us on the field to save the game, or to keep the game in our favor. I mean, we like those type of things, that because that's what makes us a great defense. If we're in those situations and a team is able to drive down and score the game-winning drive on the defense, I mean, that shows that we're not really as good as we think we are. But two weeks back to back where we're able to go out there and get a stop, get our offense the ball so we can take a knee and win the game. That shows a lot of what Coach V puts in through practice and our confidence on the defense.
You were you were recruited by Clemson and interested in Clemson back when maybe the defense wasn't doing what they're doing now. Why did you decide, hey, did you see an opportunity to kind of change things around, help change things around when you got here?
Yeah, I definitely did. That opportunity to come in and make an impact right away was, one of the big reasons. And I already knew, we had great guys in like Stephon, we had Grady and things like that who was just coming around, that season prior to me coming here. So I felt like if I got in, with what I can do in the back end and those guys getting better, I felt like we can definitely get to being the top defense in the nation.
How's that?
All right.
Thanks, Jayron.
Thank you.